This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, can anyone recall what we discussed in the previous session? Yeah, yes, we discussed about
Branch shape
brand. Yes, what is the use of brand shape?
is used to create a copy of original document.
Very good.
Minimum 2 to
It is used
25
to
branches we can open.
very good. It is used to create a copy of original document, right?
Yes.
So how many? What is the maximum count of branches we can create?
25.
25.
25.
Maximum count is 25, and minimum count is 2, right? So we can
2.
create a maximum 25 branches. And what is the how the Boomi branch shape will execute in a
In a
sequential manner, right?
sequential manner.
Yes, very good. Sequential. What do you mean by sequential?
Step by step.
One by
Series.
one.
Sec-
First branch will execute
Number.
successfully, then only the
First one
control
by
will come to the
one.
second branch. If second branch is executing successfully, then the control will come to its subsequent branches. How many branches which we are using in? Okay, so let's say okay, so in a here, so let's say you have a 10 documents, okay, coming from the source. So in this 10 documents, let's say if you are getting three documents are getting failed, okay, so three documents are getting failed and the remaining seven documents are successfully, they are executing. So now tell me, in your Bhumi, if you have a two branches, okay, you have a two branches in that. Let me open that Bhumi platform. Okay, if you have a 10 documents, out of 10 documents you are getting three documents are getting failed and remaining seven successfully executing. Now tell me, the Boomi branch, in Boomi the branch shape will execute or the successfully, or else it throws an any error.
Not executed. Throw the
Not
error. Executed.
ex-
Mm,
executes or it will not execute.
It's
Not
not
executed.
executed.
It will not execute.
Will not
Throw
execute,
the
right?
error.
Very good. Because it's a sequential, right? It's a sequential manner. So if all the documents execute successfully, then only the control will come to the false. Okay, now, so now if I want to catch those errors, I don't want to stop the process, even I want to execute the process as it is without any errors. So here you have a document level errors, right? You have a document level errors. If you click on that, and you can catch those document level errors without stopping the process. So that thing I will explain you later. Okay, so we have one more shape called exception shape. By using that, we can handle only the document level errors without stopping the complete execution. Later we will discuss. Okay, so now till here, anyone have any questions or any doubts? Yeah, anyone have any questions or any doubts?
No.
Sorry. Okay, if don't have anything, today we are going to discuss one new shape called set property. Set property. What do you mean by property? What do you mean by properties in general? In general,
Particular particular size owned by someone.
particular.
Size owned by
Value.
someone.
Yes, it's a
Fields.
property means
User.
it's a kind of value or key, right? Name. Let's say, for example, if you are getting any
Fields.
value from the source. Okay, so in that, if you want to set any value, if you want to capture any particular field value, that field value or a key we can store by using set property. That particular field or key value we can reuse or we can use as a reference in later stages in our integration. Okay, so let's say if you are in from the source, if you are getting 10 documents, okay, out of 10 documents you want to capture one particular field. Okay, let's say out of that you want to capture 1005 id. and in later stages I want to use this 100 id as a reference to pull the data from any particular application, or you want to send only this particular field to the target system. Likewise, if you want to use, or if you want to set any value in a later stages, we can use, so we can use set property shape and we can store the values. Okay, so here if I open the set property, okay, the set property shape allows you to set the values for various document and process properties. These properties can be used to set outbound connector attributes such as file name or a email subject, or store certain values. See here, you can see to store certain values in memory for facilitate the integration. Okay, so to store the certain values memories in facilitating the integration. So here we can store this any particular value, and later stages we can use as reference that particular value. Here maybe it is a, the property values can be compared, okay, static and dynamic values. Okay, the properties, okay, set properties can be used, shape is used to store the values or keys, or okay, any values or keys or number or any ids, whatever. So we can store them. Okay, a shape is used to store the values or keys or numbers, and later we can use them as a reference in the integration, right? In the integration we can store them and we can use as a reference. Okay, here we can store. Okay, if you see here, the set property shape allows you to set the values for various documents and properties. Okay, here we have two types of properties. Okay, we have two types of properties. One is the document level properties, another is the process level properties. Okay, set properties, we have two types of properties. Okay, two types of properties. One is
Document
document level properties,
process.
and the second one is process level properties. Okay, what does it mean, process level properties? I will explain you. Okay, but basically we have two types of properties. One is a process level and another is a document level. Okay, so now these values can be, we can store statically or dynamically. Okay, the values can be static or dynamic. Okay, so here guys, okay, we have two types of properties, right? One is a document level property, another is a process level property. Okay, again in this document level property we have a two types. One is a document property, another is dynamic document property. And in a process level property also, again we have two types of properties: process property, another is dynamic process property. Okay, so now how we can, where exactly we need to use, how we need to use, so in which scenario we need to use dynamic document property, and which scenario we need to use dynamic process property, we will going to discuss. Please focus on it. No, it is one of the major concept in Boomi, as well as one of the important in perspective of interview also. In perspective of interview also, interview might ask, look, what is the difference between document property and a process property? What is the difference between dynamic document property and dynamic process property? Where exactly we need to use dynamic document property and the dynamic process property? What is the scenario, or like, what is this, in which scenarios we need to use them? Okay, like different kind of questions they can frame. Okay, different kind of questions they can frame on this process property shape. Okay, so in Boomi we have a five properties. Okay, total five properties available. Okay, one is document property, document property, dynamic document property. Okay, dynamic document property. Third one is process property, process property, and fourth one is dynamic
Process property.
dynamic process property. Okay, so out of this, and the final one is MIME property, but we will not use anywhere in this no, anywhere in the in our integration. I don't know why they are introduced this MIME property, but just and we can memorize, or we need to memorize this thing. If anyone asks, how many types of properties have in a Boomi means, we need to say 5 types of what are the: dynamic document property, dynamic document property, process property, dynamic process property, and MIME property, which is nothing but a MIME property. Okay, so now, so document property. So first we will discuss about document property. Okay, document property. Now focus here, very very okay. Document property. So basically set properties are used to store the values or keys, and they can use as a reference in a later stages our integration, right? Okay, we can pass as a parameters these properties, or if you want to check any values are coming or not in a particular payload. Okay, by using set properties we can check how we can going to be check, and how we can use these properties. Now we will discuss. So okay, so now document property means dynamic, oh sorry, okay, DP, document property. Okay, document property document property is a document level property level. Okay, document level property. See, so name itself, it is saying document means it is a document level property where we can override the override the override the file names or directories, or we can assign them to address or from address. Okay, in a connector level. Okay, in a connector level. So now let's say, for example, we are getting the data from the disk, right? We are getting data from the disk. If you know, different files are coming. If you want to assign the file name, or else if you want to give any proper naming convention to that file name, or you want to give any directories, or in remote directories, remote without configuring the connections, you want to assign the values. Now we can use this document property, and we can assign those values. Okay, like in a mail connector. Okay, if you want to send any mail, what are the things you need? You need a true address, from address, subject, body, all these things we need, right? So these, all the true address, from address, body, subject, all this can be assigned by using document property. Or else no, in mail connector. Okay, in mail connector we can assign to address, from address, right? From address, like the subject, likewise. And in disk connector, okay, in disk connector, what are the things we can do? Okay, if you want to send in a disk connector, if you want to send any file, so we can assign file name, right? File name and directory. Okay, directory, these are all things we can do. So likewise, in a different connector we can assign different values. Okay, now come here. So for example, let's say I'm using then set property. See, here we have a set property. Okay, set property, we can set the values, right? We can set the properties. Okay, we can set the property. For that property we need to assign the values. Okay, if I click on the plus button, okay, now we can set the properties. How many types of properties we have? How many types of we have? 5 types. Document property, dynamic
Five
document,
items.
Dynamic
process
property, process
property, dynamic process
process
property,
Dynamic process.
and MIME
time
property,
property.
which is nothing but a
Property.
MIME property. So if I click on this plus button, you can see here, choose property, choose property. So now if I click on the property type, you can see document property, dynamic document property, dynamic process property, MIME property, and the final one is process property. So we have a 5 types of properties, right? So now let's discuss about, now focus on the document property. Click on the document property. So as I mentioned, the document property is a document level property where we can assign the values in a connector level. Okay, in a connector level, if you want to assign any values, okay, source type, let me take connectors. So if we have 2 types, okay, connectors and the source type, I have 2 types. One is the connectors and trading partner information. This trading partner information is a different concept which is used to for B2B integrations, like a business to business integrations. We will not discuss about this trading partners, leave about this for time being. Just focus on the connectors, just focus on the connectors. So document property, and that we have a source type is a connector. Now here you need to select the which connector you want to select. Okay, now you can see here, okay, NetSuite, Salesforce, SAP, okay, Shopify, web services, different connectors we have, right? Okay, now you can see which connector we want to. Let's say select a connector, disk connector. Let's take a disk connector. So now we are dealing with a disk, right? So I can select a disk. Okay, now here you can see here property. Okay, which property you want to set, which property you want to set. Okay, let me see here. For disk we have a file name and directory, file name and a directory. Let's say, let me open Amazon S3 bucket. Okay, Amazon S3 bucket. Here you can see file key, folder, file name. Like this we can assign those values, we can set those values. Let's say, let me take SFTP connector. Likewise, so you can see here file name, remote directory, move to directory, different, okay, different things we have. So let's focus, let's take a mail connector as I mentioned. So body, file name, subject, from address to address, these are all the values we can assign. Okay, depending on our scenarios, we can use the document property and we can assign the values. Okay, let's go to the disk connector, right? Let's go to the disk connector. So yesterday I told you that here we are getting the what we, whenever we are sending the files to our local directories, the files are, reaching to our local directories, but it is not reaching in a with the proper naming convention. It is not following a proper naming convention. Some, code is there, right? At 1717 something code is there. But if you want to send like this data, employee data, this like this file names, if you want to send, then we can use the document property. In the document property, which shape right now we are using, by using which shape we are sending the data to the target system,
Disk.
that's a that connector you need to use. So right now we are using a disk connector to send the data to the target system, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So now the property type, let's take a file name. Okay, let's take a file name. Now here you can see disk and file name. If I click on this, if I click on this file name, now you can see here it is asking to property value. We need to assign the property value. We setted one property, right? We setted one property. For that property we need to assign one value here. Okay, here you can see, click on plus button again, and the parameter type. Okay, the parameter type, we have a different parameter type: connector, call, cross reference, lookup, current data, date and type, different properties we have. Okay, so now let's go with the static value. I will go with the static value. Some give some ABC. Okay, ABC, the file name is ABC. Now okay, so save. Okay, now where we need to put the set properties. Now you understood, right, how we can assign the set property values. So basically set property is used to store the values. Okay, those values can be referred in the later stages. So or else if you want to assign any values, okay, you want to give proper naming conventions or directories to the particular files, we can use a set properties. In a set properties we have a 5 types. I mean basically properties are 2 types. One is the document properties, another is a process properties. Again, in this document and a process properties, we have a 5 types of properties. Okay, one is the document property, dynamic document property, process property, dynamic process property, and a MIME property. Okay, now whenever if you want to assign any file names or directories to address or from address, we can use a document property, right? We can use a document property. In the document property, we need to select the, okay, we need to select the connector, and in the connector type, which is the connector type right now we are using, and we can use the properties. What are the properties you want to assign, we can assign. So now we are going to assign the value for the file name, right? So here you can select, and here we have this, click on this. Okay, select the property type. What are the property type you want to assign, you can assign. So for time being, I'm going with the, okay, a file name, right? So now 1001, again let's be employee data. I'm giving this as an employee data. Okay, employee data. Say okay. Now where exactly I need to place this property? Where exactly I need to place property? Yes,
Before disk.
Disk connector.
before this. Very good. Why before this?
Because disk
We need
before
to
disk
send
we
it.
have no data.
Sorry, before
Before
this.
disk we have
Yes, you are correct. But what is the reason for that? Like why we need to put before the disk? Because see
We
here
can,
we are
before we can
sending,
override the file names indirectly.
yes, very good. So we are sending the data to the disk, right? We need to override that file name, right? We need to override that file name. That's why we are sending the data. I mean, we need to use this set property before the disk. Okay, but here we are splitting the data, and file or what are the documents we have, it is splitting, and we are getting multiple records. But I don't want to send all the different documents in a different time. Okay, so now I want to combine them. I want to send them into the directory. How can I do that one? How can I do that one? I don't
By
want to,
using data
don't want
processor.
to send individual document. I want to combine them into a single document, and I want to send them into the target system. How can I
By
do that
using
one,
data
and which shape we need
processor.
to use? Sorry.
By using data processor.
Very good. So by using data process shape, we can combine the documents, right?
Yeah, we can zip the document.
No, combine. Zipping is a different one. Okay.
Okay.
Now yes, we can do zipping and unzipping, but in our scenario I want to combine the documents. Now click on the data
Okay.
process shape. Okay, click on, now which option I need to select, which action I need to do. We have different options right here. Which one I need to select? Do we have a combined
Combined
Combined,
documents.
combined document.
combined documents? Very good. And the what is the type of profile? Okay, let me show you
XML.
here.
Flat,
Here we are converting the data
flat
XML
file.
to flat file.
XML.
Okay,
Flat
now
file.
tell me. Okay, so now tell me which type of profile I need to select.
Flat file.
Here flat file. Very good. And here we have a different options. No column headers, remove first line as a column header, retain first line as a column header. If you don't want to use the column headers, you can use. Or else if you want to remove the first, no, if you're getting the column headers, if you want to remove those column headers, we can check this box. Or else if you want to keep column headers as it is, you can check this one. Okay, for time being we'll use this column headers as it is. That's why I'm checking this one. Okay, check box, this check box. Okay, and now say okay. Okay, now tell me where exactly I need to put this data process shape. Before the map shape, or after the map shape, or after the set properties, or after
After
the
the
disk?
set properties.
Mhm. After the set property or before the set property?
We
Before
need
the
to
set.
combine the data before.
Before the set property, right?
Before
See,
the set
why
property.
before the set property? Here assigning, see, but
Hmm.
after the after the map we are converting the data, and we are getting multiple records here. Okay, multiple documents here. We are assigning the, we are overriding the file name for each and every document, right? For each and every document, you are overriding the document property, right? By using document property, we are assigning the file name for each and every document of, which is coming from the map. So if you want to send each and every document individually, you can send, you can send directly. But I want to combine them. Later combining, I want to assign a file name. Okay, I want to override the file name, then I want to send it to the target system. So that in that scenario, I can use this before the set property, right? Before the set property, I can use, right?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Guys, this is how we need to think. Okay, this is how we need to think logically, and we need to place, in a such a manner, okay, in a such a fashion, we can achieve the our business scenario. So what is our business scenario? We win, okay, we want to get the records from the, we want to pull the data from the source. After, getting that, we need to split it, and we need to combine, or whatever the actions we want to do, we can do, right? We can do. Till here, anyone have any questions or any doubts? Yes. Okay.
No.
So now we'll go to document property, right? Here we assigned employees data, but I want to send with the extension also .xml or .csv. Okay, what are the type of profile we are getting from the source? I want to add extensions also. So how we can add as the extensions in this? So for the property, we can assign multiple values. Okay, for single property, we can assign multiple properties. How? Okay, now we assigned the file name, then again click on plus button. Here you can give some, if you want to give extensions .xml or .csv as an extension, you can give. Okay, then .csv. Now I want to give naming and the time date. Okay, I want to assign the time and date, or okay, at which time it is getting populated. Okay, now again you can go here, click on the plus button. Okay, now here have a parameter type. Now I want to assign the, or I want to give the name, time with the with the file name. I want to concatenate the date and time also. Now do we have any option called the date and time?
Yes.
Yes, we
For the
have,
one
we
data.
do have. Click on that. Again here we have a different date mask. Okay, different type of date and time we can get different styles of date and time. Okay,
You can set a
means
format.
month, date, year. Okay, likewise you can give. Okay, basically the Boomi will support, I think this is the time zone. Okay, this is a style Boomi is going to be accept. Okay, I mean Boomi will accept everything in general. Okay, this is the one which Boomi is going to be preferred. And here you can see here date type. Okay, you want to get a current date or relative date or last run date or last successful run date. Okay, different date types we have. So I will go with the current date. Okay, current date. Now you can see here date and time, current date with the style YYY MM DD HH MM SS. Okay, year, month, date, hours, minutes and seconds. I will get like this. Okay, before sending to the target system, I will test it first. I will do a testing. Click on the stop. Now test it. Till here, anyone have any questions or any doubts? Let's select the atom. Okay, test it out. Guys, these are all very, very important. Please understand it. Okay. We started with no data type. Then we started, we went to try catch it. Then we started, connection to pull the data and the operation, the action which we want to perform. Later we did, mapping, how we can transform the data from one format to another format. Later we send the data to target system. Then we used decision shape, how we can do the decisions, how we can take the conditions depending on the scenario. Then we'll use the data process shape to split the documents or to combine the documents. Later we used a branch shape to create a copy of original document. Okay, depending on our business scenario, we are increasing one by one. Okay, so please understand the concepts. Okay, now come here, click on the set property shape. Okay, check the logs. Now you can check the logs. So here logs we there. So executing the document properties, getting the parameter for position 1, see here, parameter value is equals to employee data we given, and getting parameter for position 2, the position is dot csv we have given, and getting the parameter for position 3. So see, getting the current date using mask, this is a mask which we are using. Okay, this is a time zone. Okay, this is how the time is, getting. Okay, now click on this data. Okay, see here, it is combining. Okay, before data processorship, you can see here we are getting, before to the data processorship we are getting multiple records,
Multiple.
1 2 3 4 5. Okay, after data processorship, if you click on the set property, you can see the data is combined into a single document. Okay, what are the records which we are getting, it is combined into a single document. You can see the headers as it is, because we check the checkbox, I want to retain the column headers as it is. So that's why the column headers will be there. Okay, then name, location, id, right, this is a name, and this is a location, this is a id, this is a salary, and this is designation, right, this is a designation. We are getting different values, right, different fields are combined together. Now after combining, we are assigning the value, we are assigning the file name to the target system. Now let me connect to the disk shape. Okay, let me connect to the disk shape. So what I will do here, I will create a one more folder. Okay, here I will create a one more new folder, output data, I can say output data. Okay, here I will go, I will give this directory, I will copy this directory. Okay, I will go to Bhumi. Here I don't want to use this disk connection. Okay, I don't want to use this disk connection. So what I want to do, I want to use a new connection without without connection details. Okay, but I want to send the remotely. So now here you can click on the connection. Okay, disk connection, disk underscore send right, or else right, I can give like this. Okay, I'm giving empty, save and close. Now say, tell me, action is get or send?
Send.
Action is get or send?
Send.
Huh?
Send.
Yeah.
Then okay, now choose operation. Can we reuse the operation? Already we created, right? So here write employee data, click on that. Yes or no, already we created here, right? Where?
Yes.
In this disk, write employee data. As I told you that operation is also a component we can reuse, right?
Yes. Yes.
Operation is also a component we can reuse, right? So I will
Yes.
connect this. Now the data will go to the directory, or it will throw an any error. We need to do anything. Have we given any directory to store the data? Have we given any
No.
directory
No.
to send the data? No, right?
No.
So how we can go? How we can give the directories? So as I told you that here, if you see, by using document property, we can override the file names as well as the directories. Okay, now how we can override those directories? Now we can see. Go to the set properties again, click on this. See,
Yes.
we can give multiple, we can set multiple properties and we can assign multiple values, guys. Okay, it's not like that for each and every value or each and every property we need to take new set properties. It's not like that. Okay, if you want to set multiple properties at a time, you can use. Okay, you can use single property, and there we can assign multiple properties. Okay, you can set multiple properties. So here click on plus button. Now go to the document property, click on the connector and the connector type. Which connector type we are using now?
Disk.
Which
Database.
connector I need to select?
Disk.
Huh? Disk,
Disk
very
connector.
good. Yes, and property type, which property type I need to use?
Directory.
Directory, very good. Okay, now you can see disk directory. Click on this disk directory. Click on this disk directory. Now here you need to assign the values. You need to set the values. Okay, you need to assign. No, you need to pass those values for this property. Now you can click on plus button. Okay, now I will go with the static value. this is my directory, right? This is my directory. I'm giving statically. Okay, say okay. Now say okay. Now save. Test the process. Now you can see here that this connection is executed successfully, which means the data is going to store there. So first click on the data set property shape, click on the set property shape and check the logs. Okay, now you can see value employees dot csv and all. Okay, that's fine. And you can see here getting parameter for position one, for this is a different one, and parameter one is equals to this is a directory we have given. Yes or no? Then click on the
Yes.
disk shape, click on the disk shape. Okay, now you can see shape source data. These are all values we are getting on the shape source data. You can see check the logs, executing the connector shape, executing the disk send, setting file parameter, and taking dynamic data into the account. See file parameter, then again the directory. You can see the directory it is taking, right? Output data. Okay, this is attempting to write the file employee data.csv with a dot to this directory. Okay, the wrote file name employee data.csv with the current date and time. Okay, now we'll go to the directory. Do we see here, one file is stored here, one file is stored employee data.csv with a time zone and year, and the file size, file type .csv. Yes, in this directory, the data is coming or not? Okay, again I will execute, okay, with the different file name. Okay, I will go here, the employees space data dot csv, and okay, after csv what I will do, I will add a space. Okay, space, because here we are getting date and time, right? Or else I can give some underscore. Okay, like this underscore, then this file name, save and test it out. Now check here, go to the folder. Now you can see here one more file is getting populated, employees data.csv with the time, right? With the time. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is how we can store the values. Okay, this is how we can store the values. Clear till here? Anyone have any questions or any doubts? Anyone not understood anything? Please raise your hand and ask me the questions. Yes.
ఇప్పుడు చెప్పింది మళ్ళీ రివిజన్ చేయాలి సార్.
Can you please repeat
Sorry,
that set
Madam.
properties like bit slowly, Pavan, so that we can.
Okay.
Can you
Okay.
please
So,
rewind that set property bit slowly?
slowly, yeah. Okay, done. Okay, so basically the set property is used to store the like any values. Later stage we can later stage we can use those properties as a reference. Okay, we can use set properties as a reference in the later stages. Okay, so basically we have two types of properties. One is the document level properties, another is the process level properties. So these document level properties are document level, I mean name itself for document properties there, and process properties. Okay, process properties are process level properties, and document properties are document level properties. So again, in this two properties are classified into 5 types again: document property, dynamic document property, process property, and dynamic process property, and the final one is MIME property. So now let's discuss about document property. So this document property is a document level property where whenever if you want to override the file names, or if you want to assign any directories, or if you want to give any to address or from address for the mail connectors in a connector level. In a connector level, if you want to assign any values, okay, like let's say like file name, directories, or to address, from address, or any file keys, any different direct remote directories.
ஏமா குடிமா ஏமா தண்ணி ஊத்துங்க.
Kushi Kumar, can you mute yourself? Okay. So now, if you want to assign any values in a connector level, if you want to assign any values, then we can go with the document property. We can go with the document property, and we can assign those values. We can override those values. So
Like
okay,
which values we can override, Pavan?
which values override means we have a file name, right? We have a file
Yeah.
name.
Okay. Okay.
We have file name, directories. See, so if I, for example, let's say, let me set a one property. Click on this property, or we can set the values. Okay, I will take one more new set property. Okay, set property. Click on set property. Here we need to set the properties. Okay, we can set 5 types of properties: document property, dynamic document property, process property.
Process property,
Okay,
dynamic
so
property.
now we'll focus on the document property. We'll focus on the document property. Click on the plus button. Here you can see choose property. As I mentioned, we have 5 types of properties: document property, dynamic document, dynamic processor, MIME, process property. Okay, so now click on the document property. So here you can see source type. So that document property will support two source types. One is a connector, another is a trading partner. Okay, connector is used for both like A to A integrations and B to B integrations, but this trading partner information is used only for the
B2B.
B2B integrations, like business to B integrations, complete different concepts. So we will not discuss about this. You can see EDFACT, Rosetta Net, HL7 multiple, something we have, EDFACT something. So we will not focus on this, just focus on the connectors. Okay, just focus on the connectors. So if you click on the connector, let's say if you want to assign any values, okay, for example, I'm using Amazon S3 bucket in our project, or else in my integration I'm using S3 bucket. So I want to write some file keys or some folder names or some file names to that Amazon S3 buckets. So I can go, or else I can go to database. Here I think no database properties available. I will go to the disk. So here we have a different properties: file name and directories. Okay, if I go to the mail connector, okay, we have different properties like body, file name, subject, from address, to address. Likewise, we can use each property and we can assign. So for if I go to Salesforce query limit, use default assignment rules. Likewise, okay, depending on your integration, okay, depending on your connector type, you need to go select and that connector type, and you can assign those values. Okay, for timing we are using disconnector, right? We are in our in our integration we are using disk connection, right? So I selected disk. Here we can assign file name as well as the directories. Okay, let me select file name. Okay, let me select a file name. Say okay. Now we setted one property. Okay, that property is setted. Now for this file name we need to give the file name, right? Okay, we need to override the file name. If you are not giving any file name, it will take some different file. Okay, some random file names it will take some, here if you see here, I open this, see something it is getting, right? Something it is taking some like some different code it is taking. But by seeing that you will not understand, right? By seeing that you will not understand what exact it is saying. Okay, if you give proper naming, then it is going to be easy to understand, right? So now that for that we can assign the values. We can give the property values. But click on this file name property. Again, now you can select the values. Okay, click on the plus button, and here parameter type you can give in whatever the parameter type you can want to give, you can give. Okay, or you want to select from the profile element, you can select, or if you want to give any property values, you can give it. Okay, now for time being, I'm going with the static. I'm going with the statically. So I'm giving the some file name, employees data underscore. Okay, now I'm giving the file names. Again, you can give multiple. We can give multiple values for single property. We can give multiple values. How? Now this is the first value, employees data. Then I want to assign the second value. I want to give a second value. I want to override the second value like this. Like I want to give some extensions .csv or .xml or .json. I want to give some extensions. Okay, for from the target, I'm getting a CSV format, which is nothing but a flat file format. Now I want to give it is a .cs.
If we
Okay, .cs.
like if we get XML format, suppose
Mhm.
we are giving the static value .csv, it will accept.
Yes, it will
Static
accept
means it will
because it's
accept,
just
right?
a
Okay.
static value.
Yes.
Okay, for example, now I'm giving .xml. Okay,
Mm.
.xml I'm giving. Okay, because it is a static value, we are just assigning the name to that particular folder. Okay, particular file, we are assigning the value. Okay, whatever the naming convention you will feel that is corrected, you can give. Okay, now again I want to give some another name, date and time. I want to get a date and time. Okay, here we have a date and time. Okay, here different date to date must we have. Okay, let me select one of that. Okay, here again date and types we have different. So we'll go with the current date. Okay, say oh, now file name is set it. Okay, file name is set it. Now again I want to give a remote directory. I want to overwrite directory also. I want to write over no, I want to write directory also. Now
Pavan,
tell me. Okay,
uh,
yes.
Pavan, like can you open that properties property now?
Hmm?
Just before properties, like static values of, like you given employees data, right?
Yes,
In the place of employees data, data dot csv, can we take like that?
so
You
that
can
is
add
what I am
multiple
telling, right?
values, right?
That is what
That.
we are I am telling, right? This is just
Oh.
a static value. Whatever you
Mm.
feel, we can give like this. Okay, let me remove this again. If you want to remove this, click on that. Here you have a cross button. Click on that. It is going to be vanished. It is deleted. So you want to give this, change the position of this like this. Okay, this like this. If you click on this, if you click on this and click on that, now it is coming plus top. Okay, like this you can change the position of this
Oh,
values also.
sure.
Okay, now okay, clear.
Clear, Pawan. Clear.
Yes, yeah. So now tell me. Okay, here I'm now I can select a disk again. I can give the directory here. Okay, select here. I can assign the directory value also. Okay, I can give some static value, static directory. Okay, now I want to send same data to different directories. Okay, I want to send that same data to different directories. How can I send that one?
We
For
can split
example,
that,
I
right?
want to use one more disk. Okay, I want to use one more disk here. Okay, one more disk, one more disk connection. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, disk right, it is not. I can use reuse that connection. This connector and this connector both are same. So now I want to send to different directory from here. I want to send and
Yes.
same data to different directory. How can I do that one? By using
Using
same
Can
branch.
you say one more branch
Branch.
shape?
where I need to take one more branch.
You can use
Before.
a branch shape to create
Yes,
a copy of
we have
original
branch shape.
document.
Where exactly we need to take that branch? Where
um,
need to take this branch shape?
Before set property.
before set
Be-
after
Very good,
Before document.
before set properties, we can take.
very good. Now I can take like this. Yes, I can take like this. So now here I need to take one more set property here. Let me take one more this set property. I will take a this set property. Okay, now can we connect like this? Yes,
Yes,
can we
yes,
connect
yes,
like
you
this?
can do.
And we can assign the value. I mean, we can give different directory here. For this directory, we can give different directory. Yes,
Yep.
let
Yes.
me create. Uh, let me create one more directory here. New folder. In that, this is my new directory. Okay. So guys, this is very very important. I mean, you need to understand like this. You need to think. So let's say. So now, can we send like this? One folder will go to here, and one more directory will come to here. I mean, one file will go to here, and another file come to here, and it is going to be stored here, and it is going to be stored here, right?
Yes.
Yes. Can we test it out? Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any doubts? Now it is clear, Prasanna. Is it
Yes,
clear?
Pawan. Yes, Pawan.
Yes, clear.
Okay, very good. So now we'll place it properly, and let's say, okay, what I will do. So now I have a clumsy like this. Okay, no, while developing, I'm not able to do properly like this. I have, okay, I don't know where which shape is first, which shape is not like this. So now I want to arrange in a proper manner. Okay, I want to arrange them in a proper manner. How can I do that one? How can do that one? Yes. So if you see here, we have a
Arrange
options.
button.
See, arrange, right?
Options. Yes.
So this is
Yes.
shapes. Here we have options. This is extension. This is
Yeah.
arrange. The fourth option
Arrange.
is, the fourth icon is arrange.
Arrange.
If I click on arrange, it is asking to save. Okay, let me save it.
Save.
Now you can see here, it is
Yes.
arranging
And
me the complete process in a proper manner so that I can understand easily, right? See,
okay.
one after one. So we can arrange like this. Okay. Now test
Okay.
it out. Test it out. Okay, now you can see here, branch 1 executed, the data is going to here, and branch 2 also executed, the data coming here, which means whatever the task we want to perform, it is working as expected, right? We'll come here. Do we see here one data is coming, right? We'll come here again. You can see one more file is coming and placing here. Yes, yes,
Yes.
clear.
Yes. Yes.
How we can override the file name directories by using document property for different connectors. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Clear.
Clear.
Okay, very good. If you don't have anything, we can stop here. If you have any questions or any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, we can wind up the session here. Yeah.
Clear.
And one more thing, just be on line. Just give me 1 minute. We don't no drop, guys. Please give me 1 minute.